Alright, survivors, we're going back in State of Decay 2 Nightmare Zone, episode 124. 7 days to go until we finally completed Season 5. The endless season will no longer be as endless as it was. And then you can all unsubscribe because I clickbaited you. That was my plan all along, to make you watch hours and hours of State of Decay 2, only to leave you holding the bag that the endless season wasn't truly endless. I do have an idea of what Season 6 is going to be. It's probably going to be, Season 5 will technically never be done. Like, I can always add on to it. But, Season 6, so Season 5, I don't even know what to describe it. Like, Season 5 can just kind of take a break and then reactivate periodically. What I mean by that is, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just add on to Season 6. I have no idea how it works. But Season 6 is going to be the fresh start. That's what we're going to do. I'm also going to start incorporating some of the other games, other things I've got in mind. Because that leads us to our discussion today, which is speculation on State of Decay 3. For some reason, maybe Undead Labs hinted towards it. I didn't watch their last stream or anything. But people are making it sound like State of Decay 3 is being developed or something like that. It's currently in development as we speak. As we're going to talk about, okay, we need to get these guys leveled up, so that's going to be kind of like our project. But, I mean, so, first off, let me answer, why did we move back into this base besides it being one of my favorites? Well, we did all that looting, and in the process of doing all that looting, we got 254 units of ethanol. So, we're going to go ahead and use our ethanol right here. The jugs of whiskey. Might as well do something with them, right? Or at least I think so. Yeah, the plague hearts and the yada yada, whatever, man. You're going on guard duty. So yeah, State of Decay 3. Apparently there's speculation of it. I have no idea if Undead Labs spoke about it. I'm getting the impression they did because everyone is talking about it. Like, well, you know, I guess that's the thing. Oh, we're also going to be trying an idea out. I wish I could credit him because I can't remember who said it. But, basically, he had an idea to try out the Barrow Style BAR because it's one of those locked-on automatic weapons. And basically, if a weapon is locked on automatic, then it can't be fired semi-automatic. Let me change characters! Thank you. Good. Get out of my way. Basically, if a weapon can be fired semi-automatic, then that's exactly what these survivors are going to do. They're going to shoot it semi-automatic. But if you can get a weapon where it's locked into fully automatic fire, then they don't have any choice but to fire it fully automatic. And that might be what we need in order to actually kill those feral zombies more effectively. The question is, how much effectiveness do we lose against juggernauts? And if the answer is noticeable loss in effectiveness, can we hybridize it? Could we do like half Barrow style bars and half... I completely lost it. Half BFGs. That is currently what I'm wondering. The first thing that we're going to do, though, is definitely... We need to get this guy back up. I want all my guys to be leaders. Or I want all of them to be re-promoted back into hero status. Let's go ahead and check the car status. Looks like it needs fuel. But yeah, so State of Decay 3. Don't know if the rumors are true or not. Don't know. I did not listen to the... I typically only listen to a stream if people tell me to, because the streams typically... I mean, like... I don't want to sound like I'm hating on them, but their streams are not interesting. I'm gonna be completely, like, straight up about it. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time when I watch them. So, I don't watch them. Unless people tell me to. And, that's been the topic of town. So, let's say if there's a State of Decay 3, what does that mean? The first thing that comes to my mind is Undead Labs' apparent original vision of State of Decay, the franchise, was it for it to be kind of a three-part game, where the third game would be kind of their ultimate vision of the game, which was supposed to be an MMO. And this kind of gets into the, like look at this, like why did that catch on fire? I was clearly aiming only at the plague art, but like the fire mechanics are stupid, so it just like the fire spreads into places it shouldn't spread to. Gets us up to about halfway, a little over half. We'll take this, we'll take this, we'll take that. So, the first issue is, they said they wanted it to be an MMO. The problem is that the term MMO has become really muddy. And that's a problem because the only reason words have value is because of agreed upon meanings. Like, for example, if I told you, in the next episode of State of Decay, we're talking about watermelons, and you're like, okay, well, I guess we're going to be talking about a fruit? No, in my version of watermelon, it means George Washington. So we're going to be talking about the Revolutionary War. But in my version of English, the Revolutionary War is talking about, like how to do synthesis. So we're going to talk about George Washington's methods of how to, like, create musical synthesis. And that's the issue there. Like, if our words don't mean approximately the same thing, then the words have no value, because they can just mean whatever you want. And that's why words can have multiple meanings, or the definitions can evolve over time. But the main point is that the term MMO has become pretty useless, because who knows what it means? Like, I don't know what people mean by MMO anymore. So what's my definition? My definition is the traditional definition of MMO, and it's really two components. One, it's a game where hundreds, if not potentially thousands of people play simultaneously in the same world. That's the key. In the same world.
Looking better and better.
Blue and yellow and blue, I don't know.
That's a lot of stuff.
I don't know, I'll take it, I guess. So this guy's a hero now. We can go back, get the other guy out, turn him into a hero. So that's part one. That's the massive part. The MMO stands for Massive Multiplayer Online. And so that's the massive part. Hundreds, if not thousands of people need to be playing in the same area. It can't be like Call of Duty. Technically, millions of people are playing Call of Duty, but in separate matches of, like, I don't know how many people play Call of Duty. I don't know how big the matches are, because I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, let's use State of Decay. Like 4 million people apparently played State of Decay, but the most of people that can play in one particular area is 4. So that's not an MMO. The second component of an MMO is that it needs to be persistent. And persistence means the world... It can change. I was about to say the world can't change, but rather the world is affected by everyone with consistency. And basically it's kind of like real life. You know, if I came to your house and I pooped on your porch, if no one cleans up the nasty fox poop, it stays there. It's persistent. It doesn't go away until somebody does something about it. Whereas if you were in Call of Duty and somebody like pooped on your shoe, then when the match is over, you get a brand new shoe without any scent or trauma of like poop on it. That's what I mean. Like everything just kind of resets itself and wipes itself clean. In a persistent world, it doesn't work that way. Like I said, there can be an element of refreshing and resetting. But in some ways, it's kind of like State of Decay. If I stay in the same region, the houses don't, like, regenerate their loot. Like, the houses, they are what they are. If a character dies, he's just dead. He is what he is. In this case, he's dead. And that's what I mean. Those are the two things you need. It needs to be massive multiplayer, like hundreds, if not thousands of people playing the game simultaneously. And 2, it needs to be a world that is not disposable. It can't just be a throw. What am I looking for? Okay, I'm looking for this. Looking for this. Now this guy doesn't have a lot of health, so we're gonna activate this to try and compensate for that. Plus it'll give him a little bit of, there you go, look at all that health he got. Plus it gives him a little bit of EXP. I think I want a little more pyro launcher ammo as well. Anything that I need to activate? I feel like the answer is no. I'll activate that. Okay. Now we need to kill like 3 or 4 plague guards probably, and then this guy will be a leader. Oh, look at these juggernauts right here. We might be able to just get some EXP off, or standing out. Well, not... Juggernauts don't give nearly as much standing as, Oh man, I don't know, maybe he started with more standing than I thought. Let's just make some fire. We can burn the feral ahead of time. There he is. Let's hose him down. Hose those ferals down. I got one of them. Oh god! No, you don't. I'm gonna hose them because we got plenty of ammo. I can afford to put a bunch of ammo into them. Okay, so I missed the chance to execute the film. Come on. Get him. Get him. Which one of them is gonna go down that I can execute him? Wow, did he just like completely change directions? Jeez. Let me go ahead and burn those guys. Okay, now we can execute them. Okay, I guess that... Not sure what happened there. Wait, did he lose citizenship? Did he get... What? I could have swore his citizenship was higher. I think this game is getting weird on me. I don't know for sure, but I think something's up. How's everyone's health looking? Oh my god, so laggy here. It's okay. It could be better, could be worse. Anyways. Repair. Kind of like get back to being battle ready again. I mean, come on, just use up crummy healing, hopefully. Let's just use this one. Good enough. Okay, we can actually leave. Well, I guess it means we won't need to kill as many plague guards now. Probably 2, maybe 1. Where was a plague guard at? Right here. Probably gonna be 1 over here, though. I mean, maybe, maybe not. I mean, there's like, what, like 17 or 18 of them? They gotta cram them somewhere. We can squish him and him. A little bit of standing. They are like, the screamers don't give you much standing. Anyway, so yeah, talking about MMOs. So that's what they said it would be. So is Undead Labs going to create an MMO like that? Is it going to be a world that where hundreds, if not thousands of players can play in the same world? I severely doubt that. Like, they can barely create a game where 4 people can play in the world. They can barely create a game where 1 person can play in the world without the game, like, constantly wigging out hundreds, thousands, or how, like, laggy and choppy it is. No, no. So, I don't know how they would possibly make a game that one would consider massive. Now what about the other part? A world that's persistent? That part I could see. I could see them making a persistent world because, well, both of the State of Decays are persistent worlds. So I don't think that's unreasonable. Let's go ahead and burn this. Close this behind me. I said close that behind me. Hopefully that will buy me just enough time for them not to bite me. There we go. Was that enough? No, it wasn't. So, either they will have their own interpretation of what the term MMO means, or it's just not going to be an MMO. I'm gonna lean on it's probably just something different. It's probably not going to be an MMO. I know that they want to kind of continue the idea of like multiple, I believe their vision of State of Decay, if there were like a theme of State of Decay, is the idea of like humanity having this apocalyptic crisis, and instead of it being like Fallout, where everyone kind of devolves into like warlords and, you know, like the philosophical concept of the social contract goes away, which is supposed to be like the foundation of like a friendly society. And basically instead we get, oh, looks like the Pharaoh's already here. So now we don't even have to wonder if the Pharaoh's gonna be here. He's already here.
Think they own this town.
But instead of the world devolving into a bunch of warlords, they envision it of being the world, like humanity bands together. So it's a more it's definitely a more optimistic. Where is this? Okay, there it is. It's definitely a more optimistic view of what would humanity do in the apocalypse. But I believe that's kind of what they're going for, which is why they're not really into PvP. Like, people are like, oh, what about PvP in State of Decay? I think that's just something that they are completely uninterested in. I'm kind of glad as well, because I think this game would be terrible with PvP, given how unstable and strange, like, this. Why wouldn't everyone just use, like, gunslinging and just, like, shoot everyone in the head, basically? Ah, it burns! Okay. Take this.
That is damn heavy.
I want both of these. We'll use one of those. I'll leave those there just because I'm not going to come back for them. I'm too lazy. But I believe that's, I mean, that's just something that I've picked up on. Like, it's not a concrete, solidified thing. While we're here, I have scent block active. I might as well burn this infestation as well. It's not something that's like concrete and solidified, but I just get the impression from what they say. Like, for example, when people talk about like, oh, we want to kill more enemy survivors, blah, 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 they often reinforce this idea that we want to like respect human life. And that's why I get this kind of impression that their goal is to have...
So, any progress on that thing we talked about? The important top priority one?
Where is... Is it in here? I don't know where they are. Okay, I guess they're kind of like everywhere, technically. We'll use the distraction quality of the pyro launcher to just draw them into the building and burn them. Oh gosh.
I gotta rest.
Nah, you're good. Keep going. There we go. Took a little effort, but we got it. But that's why I don't think there'll ever be PvP in State of Decay. I think that's just beyond the scope of what they're, not even what they're necessarily capable of doing. I think it has more to do with it's just against what they want State of Decay to do in general. I think mechanistically and philosophically, like the thematics of the game, I think it's just opposed to it. But so if that means, like I said, I don't think it will be an MMO, because I don't think they have demonstrated with State of Decay 2. Like, if State of Decay 2 is a proof of concept, I don't think they proved that they are ready for State of Decay 3 to be what you might consider an MMO. I don't think that's possible. So that means what will be in State of Decay 3, and what direction should State of Decay 3 go in, and to that's what I want to talk about. Where do I think the game? Where do I think is that? Yeah, I think that sounds great. Where do I think the game should go? State of Decay 3 absolutely needs a new enemy. Like, if they don't have a new enemy in State of Decay 3, I think that's just madness. Like, can you think of a single game that has action as an important element of it, and it doesn't add new enemies? Even though State of Decay isn't a complete action game, it's like an action, survival, open world, RPGs, many things. Action is still an important component to it. And it's just like, why wouldn't you add a new enemy? And the Plague Hearts, they're okay as an additional thing, but only one additional thing. And the Plague Hearts are an extremely passive enemy. Like, they summon more zombies. They summon more of the same thing to protect themselves. I'm not saying the Plague Hearts were a bad idea. What I am saying, though, is that they're not enough. Like, they're not different enough. So, what we need is something that'll really... Okay, here's what they need. When you think of the existing State of Decay zombies, you've got Screaming Zombie, so he's basically Signal Zombie. He signals more zombies to attack. You've got... Let's use Suzanne to try to complete her leveling up. So you've got a Signal Zombie who gets other zombies to attack. Sure, fine, whatever. What we're gonna do next is go buy some Barrow Style BARs. And so you got your Screaming Zombie, you've got like your Hunter Zombie, you've got like self-destructing, nasty poo-poo zombie, you've got, what do you call it? And then you got giant mega zombie. Those are the different type of zombies you've got. Well, those are the most basic zombies. Like, every zombie game has like Signal Zombie, Fast Zombie, Poopy Stink Zombie, and Mega Zombie. Like, every game has that. Like, that's not even a thing. What do I need? I'm losing track of myself. Let's use the crappier ones. I should bring one of these I need to bring a pyro launcher for safety purposes. Where is the pyro launcher? Further down. Okay, I guess I'll unload that. Like, even Halo, like, I was trying to think of, like, what's a game that doesn't truly have zombies, but they're essentially zombies? So, like, Halo has regular zombie. They have a self-destructing, like, gross, nasty zombie. They have, in Halo 3, they added in, like, mega, like, zombie. The only thing they don't have is, like, a noise-making zombie, like a signal zombie. And that's because Halo isn't focused on zombies. Like the Flood are basically like an addition to the game. But like in Left 4 Dead, you've got your Boomer, that's like your bloater. They even have really similar names. Instead of the Screamer, you've got the Witch, that's like your like super loud, like, oh gosh, like it's making a giant ruckus. You've got your Tank, that's your Juggernaut. And then you got the Hunter instead of the Feral. It's like, basically that's what I was saying, like, they have the most basic of all zombies. What they need is the Undead Labs zombie. It doesn't have to be completely unique, because I mean, let's be honest here, how many things are genuinely unique? Not a whole lot. So, they just need a zombie that has like a distinctive Undead Labs feel. Like, this is the Undead Labs zombie. I don't know what that would be. I came up with the idea of the Night Stalker, partially because I think nighttime stinks because there's no reward to playing at night, and the Night Stalker, not only would it make night more dangerous, but it would also add a unique reward to playing at night. That's one of the things that I hate about night, is that night makes the game harder, but it doesn't give you a reward for playing at night. And you might say, well, isn't that true to real life? Not really. If you played at night in real life, then your EXP would go up faster. you know, you're doing something that's more stressful and more difficult, and yeah, that would naturally cause you to grow more skilled faster. Because anytime you successfully navigate something of higher difficulty and live to survive it and tell the story, or survive it and live to tell the story, you typically learn a lot faster. So how many of these are we gonna buy? Let's buy 2 first.
Take care.
Buy one more.
Might we chat for a bit? I believe we can part with that.
1,500. Okay, that leaves me with a healthy amount left. And that gives me 3 here plus an additional 4. And that's fine. Because, like, what we have, how many people do we have in our... We've got, like, I think we have, like, 8 or 9? I think we have 8. Someone's giving us an extra amount of... What do you call it? I can't even think of it now. Someone's giving us an extra labor, so we've got 8, I'm pretty sure. So, that's what they need. They need the undead lab zombies, something that's unique. Like I said, I thought the Night Terror would be a pretty neat idea. It's not a unique idea. Like, where did I come up with the idea of the Night Terror? I kind of got it from Warhammer. I got it from there's a creature in Warhammer known as the Lictor. And the Lictor is, like, basically, like, this... If the Xenomorph was actually a praying mantis, that's basically what the Lictor is. It's this thing that basically sneaks around. It sneaks around. It doesn't have to be at night, but it sneaks around and preys on people who stray too far from mommy. Basically, like, oh, you went, you know, you're going somewhere, and now you're dead. And it's an ambusher. It likes to use hit and run tactics. One of the differences is that it's super freaking strong, so it only runs away because it's typically behind enemy lines. So you're going to use the Barrow style. You're going to select 4 people. See how it works. I mean, we may need to buy another set of 4 to try the complete Barrow style set.
Sasquatch here. Still on the lookout for your missing soldiers. Seems like they brought down the whole damn mountain on their heads. But I don't give up that easy. Sasquatch out.
Okay, so we got 4. So here's our first one. I want to equip it with probably a brake, because, I mean, we're going to make a ton of noise anyways. I was thinking about putting a silencer on it, but to that idea. Let's put a brake on it and just give it the maximum damage possible. Oh my gosh. That's going to be really annoying, isn't it? Okay, here's all my brakes. So, the brake barely affects it. Like, it's already at basically the... So let's go ahead and give it a silencer. Just because the brake is just not going to have an impact on it. So, out of my way. This thing does zoom in, and I am using the fire selector, and it is stuck on auto. Very nice. Let's have the old characters use the Barrow. You know, the Barrow's like an old weapon, so the old original characters will use it. Let's get a silencer out. I want to make sure I leave at least one silencer behind as well. The Barrow.
With all this.
Let's do Seraphina. And then we need one more character after this. Probably not Mackie, just because he gets used frequently. Oh. Take that off. Oh, she's hogging all the good weapons. Gosh. Well, that weapon is super beat up. Every now and then it's a good idea to check your survivors to make sure they're not going crazy and hogging all the good weapons. I don't know, just use one of these, even though that is one of the good weapons. How many Barrow styles do we have? 1, 2, okay. Put this on. One more character. You're new, you're new. I mean, Eli is like... I'm pretty sure Logan has been around longer than those guys. And we don't use Logan too often. Do that. Let's put our last Barrow Style on. And now I gotta go dig out another silencer. I mean, technically, if we have everyone equipped with Barrow Styles with silencers, the base would be a lot quieter. The real question is basically how much effectiveness do we lose against Juggernauts? That's the real question. Okay, so who are we gonna play as? Oh, we're gonna play as Suzanne. We should still be equipped. He is. What we could do... Is everyone promoted? Okay, yep, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go level up Suzanne.
We've got goods to
Oh,
trade.
somebody has goods to trade, never mind. We need to take her money. Which means... Who has resourcefulness? She does... Oh, that stinks. Only one person with resourcefulness. Did she spawn in near a... that's the closest outpost, which is only slightly closer than the existing one. What do we have to sell? Look at all these backpacks. I want to sell all these backpacks so bad. Obviously, we have all of the... Well, this is the whiskey, yeah, the homemade whiskey that we've made. There's got to be some duplicate mods that I acquired. What can I sell? Huh, sell some hand grenades. I need to remember to kill enemies in melee combat. Okay, looking fine. Oh, the booze hounds. We definitely want to do them as well, because they will give us the ability to make basically bonus beer whenever we're using our beer making majiggan thing, which will just be free influence, so that's actually a really good setup. But yeah, that's the first thing they need. They need a new enemy, at least one. Keep the plague arts, keep the blood plague. The next thing they need to do is they need to bring back the stuff that they cut away. Like, why did they get rid of heavy weapons? It was like, heavy weapons were like the coolest thing. And if they bring back heavy weapons, they need to not get rid of close combat. Keep close combat and just let it just be a complete, like, rather than give and take, just give. Keep the close combat and add in, what do you call it? Heavy weapons. Same with, like, the guns, like, that's another thing that needs to change. They need to rethink how they... Okay, I clearly went the... I'm following the wrong arrow. I had a feeling I was... That's why I was...
Make us feel unwelcome. Nice job.
That's why I was, like, doubting myself. I'm like, I swear I don't need to cross the river. They need to... Anyways, they need to rethink the damage system. One of the dumbest things in State of Decay is... Or State of Decay 2. I don't know if it works in State of Decay 1. I haven't tested it. But in State of Decay 2, the different bullets, they don't really matter. It's like, everyone's like, oh my god, it's like these, like, 357 rounds. Or like, oh god, it's a submachine gun that shoots 357. Who cares? Those bullets are basically no better than the 22 caliber. It doesn't... the damage rating is a lie. Okay, here we go. Now we can sell. Oh, it's Independence Trader.
All right.
I mean, I guess I can buy some pyro launcher ammo. Pretty cheap, too. Like 80? Man, that's cheap. Very cheap. See that? Pyro launcher OP. Super OP. I'm gonna buy these. Oh, look how expensive the Starshank rounds are. Not OP. Starshank stinks. Don't think I want anything else from her. But I guess we can grab these and sell these to her. Why not?
Could be worse.
It's a piece of garbage. Probably sell for like 3 to 6 influence.
Shouldn't get my hopes
And that's
up.
absolutely nothing.
Let's get down to business.
Of course.
Ah, 4. Look at that. I was right in the middle. 3 to 6. Is it raining outside in real life? I hope it's not, because that means that we could have a problem involving... Oh wait, I actually want to kill some enemies in melee combat. So, that's so they need a new enemy. They need to bring back some of the skills that they got rid of for, like, basically... I don't know why they did it. Like my guess is that they thought blunt weapons would take the place of heavy weapons. The thing is that we had blunt weapons in State of Decay 1 and heavy weapons. Like in this game, blunt weapons are blunt weapons. Or maybe they thought that, oh, what we'll do is we'll just make bladed weapons and blunt weapons that are heavy. Like weapons that use up a ton of stamina, and so we'll just make heavy variants of them. But that's not what I wanted. I just like the feel of dedicated heavy weapons. There's just something so satisfying as just bashing the crap out of people with your like super nasty heavy weapons. It was just really, really fun. So new enemy, bring back the skills that people liked.
God, I'm awesome.
If you're wondering why I'm fighting them, it's because I believe just hitting them repeatedly will skill us up quicker. I don't know for sure, but I believe that just the more times you hit them, you get more EXP than, like, executing them and killing them in one hit. Who knows for sure, though. The next thing they need to do, like I said, they need to... Back to the weapons or the guns. They need to rethink their damage system. The different bullets need to matter more. Like rifle rounds, they need to like blast holes in zombies. They also need to start thinking about zombies need to be killable through beyond just headshots. Part of the reason why automatic guns are basically like, who cares? That didn't take very long at all. I think the key is definitely just stabbing the crap out of the zombies. So, they need to come up with a way where... Like, I'll demonstrate. I'm just gonna shoot the crap out of this zombie. Oh, he ducked. Darn it. I should get a gun out for this.
The sheriff really stepped up and helped us out. So, here's a little something as a
I'm gonna go back... That's not base. Let's go back to base. And basically what I want to show is that if you shoot up a zombie, until you shoot them in the head, it doesn't matter. Oh good, it's a siege. If we see the siege, then we get a chance to see how the Barrow styles work. Only 4 of those, so we don't get the full coverage, but we get kind of a beginning idea. How big of a siege is it going to be? It's going to be a minor siege, so no juggernauts, which is a little disappointing. We need to make more ruckus, but now we're not even going to get a zombie attack for another hour or so. But I don't know, let's just see how the Barrow style fares.
Just remember, everyone fights. No one quits.
For the initial attack. We got our 3 defenders up there. I saw Eric. And over here we got Mackie and Eli. So we don't have a Barrow over there, but we do have a Barrow over here. Okay, we got 2 Barrow styles in here and a BFG. Let's see how it goes. We don't need this. We want this one now.
If you're hearing my voice, I need your help. Like, right now.
I'm on the move. Don't go anywhere.
We got more of those motherfuckers incoming.
Hey, we ain't been stopped yet, and we ain't gonna be.
This thing sprays out bullets. Look at the rate of fire on it looks pretty impressive.
We
mean, this is
survived. That's what matters.
minor siege, so I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but so far, I'm encouraged. It's that the issue is that we need to see how effective it is against stuff like feral zombies. That's really what we're looking for. How effective is it against feral zombies, and how effective is it against juggernauts? Theoretically, it could be good against juggernauts just due to, like... Oh, wait. Instead of doing that, let's play as the new guy, because... the new guy needs to level up. Put all this back in. So, yeah, what they need is... they need to rethink their damage system. They need to let zombies be killed by non-body shots. Like, headshots should always be the most efficient, but body shots with higher powered weapons, especially, should be capable of killing zombies. And then suddenly, automatic weapons would be a lot more valuable. Like, automatic weapons, then you could actually, like, just shoot into a horde, and maybe it would be less bullet efficient because you're not going for body shots instead of headshots, but it would make the automatic weapons feel way, way more valuable. Because right now, automatic weapons are no different than semi-automatic weapons, for the most part. I mean, right now we're experimenting with... where's my pyro launcher at? And then give me a crossbow. I need to definitely shoot some zombies since we're just about to hit our skill. Let me just pick a few zombies off so we can get our skill real quick. There we go. Assault and weapons handling. How many of my guys have assault? I don't really want either of these. Okay, we got 1, 2. Oh my god, that's already too many. Let's go with weapons handling. I kind of want to assassinate a few zombies as well, since our wits are 1 star off of max. Also, let's activate this skill right here. Survival Retrospective. A bonus 33% EXP. Yeah, this guy detected me, so... oh yeah, this mace uses up stamina pretty quickly. Also, his cardio isn't maxed out, so his total stamina isn't as high as it could be.
Anybody listening out there? I could use a hand.
So to recap, new enemy, bring back the good skills, redesign bullet damage so that the bullets actually are more interactive and there's a reason to use them.
This was the
Hang tight.
Okay, looks like I can't think for a little bit, considering there's actually a ton of zombies here. Holy crap. Why is my vehicle going so slowly?
Damn, I'm good.
Not good. Okay, let's see how many zombies answer the call of the screamer. It's like a decent number of them. We're gonna go ahead and activate a stim. Because this weapon uses up a ton of stamina to swing around. Maybe that was a waste? Looks like that was a waste, but we got plenty of them. It's not a big deal.
I'll get you home safe.
Thanks.
Let's quick loot these real fast.
It's nothing.
Maybe we'll hit our 7-star in wits.
Zed's heard that for sure.
Nope.
That dead guy just saw us.
Good. Okay, so the next thing that State of Decay 3 needs are what I'm going to call dilemmas. So one of the games it's very likely I'm going to be playing this game on is a strategy survival game called Oxygen Not Included. And one of the big parts of Oxygen Not Included are dilemmas. Basically where you've got a bad situation, but the solution is also a problem. And you're basically like, oh my god, like, how do I fix this? None of these are necessarily great answers, so what is the worst? What is the least bad? I guess that's the way I'll put it, out of all of these. And you're trying to, like, juggle these not...
Made it back. There's gin in the back if you need a little hair of the dog.
Gin? That's twice today somebody saved my life. I owe you one.
Bunch of army zombies there. Head back to base and refuel. And we'll just continue training this character up. That's going to be kind of the goal right now. But it doesn't take as much brain power. So what they need are partial solutions. Like, oh, so it's State of Decay 2. There's really hard solutions to things. Like, oh, in Nightmare Zone, things are too loud. Well, you got crossbows. Crossbows are completely silent. Yes, they have some drawbacks, but for the most part, they're just like, they're the solution to the noise problem. And it's okay to have hard solutions, but another example is amenities. Like, they can't make abilities like amenities all the time. Amenities just shuts the game down. It's like, you're taking away the strategic thinking in Nightmare Zone, and you're not replacing it with anything. You're just like, oh, just pick amenities, and now you don't need to think about anything, because amenities is, like, busted. I'm just gonna burn these guys, because they're a horde, and we can't assassinate a horde. Let's just go out into the field. There'll be plenty of stragglers to assassinate out in the field. So, like, they need to have some hard solutions where it just completely resolves the issue. That's fine. But they need to, like, limit them. Like, they need to be hard to obtain. There can't be too many of them. And they need to have more, like, partial solutions. Like, for example, who uses the stuff like the gas-powered generator except to give to other people? Like, when do you need to actually use the gas-powered generator for real? When you have amenities, and even if you didn't have amenities, you could claim a base with a power generator, or you could claim a base with a... What's the word I'm looking for? There we go. Now we can pick a wit skill. Oh, he gets all of them. I need discipline for a review, so we're going to pick discipline. I know, like, the water cooler is another example. Like, why would you ever use the water cooler? Like, maybe in the very, very beginning of the game, and mainly if you didn't have knowledge of the game. I mean, you could make that argument about a lot of things, but even in games where you have knowledge of things, using partial solutions should still be, like, really important. That shouldn't be something that's just taken out of the game. So having these, like, dilemmas, having more problems stack up with you, like, morale is a joke in Standard Zone, and it has some... the difficulty is raised by, where is it? Teeming Nightmare Hordes. The effect here... Teeming Zombie Population Nightmare Zone. it just makes it like, okay, so people get like sad faster, and I mean that helps to an extent. But I mean, one of the easiest ways to manage your morale is build a watchtower, have your supplies, and then kick out the people who are troublemakers. Like, kick out the people who have like bad attitudes, and just keep your population like of normal people. I mean, like, that's a good way to, I mean, I think that's an important way to play. I think that should be in the game. But the problem is that there's too many mechanics that they either don't matter or they're too easy to get around. And there's not enough counterplay. I just want to focus on melee combat right now. Thank you for waiting your turn. A very polite zombie. Okay, we need to use a melee weapon that uses up less stamina. Because this one, what's this thing's easy use? It has okay ease of use. Maybe it's just my stamina that stinks. Speaking of my stamina, if I have an Apocalypse Bat or a Freedom Ringer, that's what I'm going to use, because those are really lightweight. Put this away as well. Where are my bats at? Actually, maybe we should use this one here, the barbed wire bat. There you go. I'm gonna use one of our, oh my god, like DLC weapons. What is this a horde of? A horde of 2 army zombies? Oh no. Don't overwhelm me with your horde of like 2 army zombies. Wouldn't want to like pressure me too much. I think another thing they need to add is I think disease, the disease mechanic from State of Decay 1 should make a comeback in addition to the blood plague. I think they both need to be a problem. I don't think that they're redundant either. Like, I think it's perfectly fine that there would be 2 diseases, because one could be like general disease, and then one could specifically be the zombie condition. Like, I don't think there's anything redundant about that, because that would make medicine more relevant. Because medicine is another one of those resources that, for the most part, you just kind of sit on it. Like, medicine is supposed to be stressed by sickness. Like, if someone has blood plague and you can't cure it immediately, then it's, the whole concept is supposed to be that, well, what you can do is, have you no honor? Like, fight me one-on-one. So, basically, the concept is that, oh, if someone has blood plague, you can stabilize them. Well, let me go find the ability. Right here. Treat blood plague patients. You can, like, put people, you could check them in, and then, like, they take, like, 2 medicine a day. The thing is, like, if you have 2 medicine a day lost, well, that's pretty close to the amount of medicine you would need to create a plague cure to begin with. And, like, maybe you could get into a situation where you don't have enough plague samples to make the cure. I mean, like, you need, like, 3 samples. It's, like, hardly anything. Like, maybe in the very beginning of the game. The very, very beginning of the game, that could be a problem. But for the most part, who cares? Like, medicine is one of those things that, like, it's not a supply that gets stressed realistically. Another one is fuel. Fuel gets stressed by driving, but that's it. And mainly in Nightmare Zone. In Standard Zone, not really. In Nightmare Zone, you gotta do a lot of reading. You gotta do a lot. No, the stupid... The fence blocked my shot. What a piece of crap.
That shut you the fuck up.
Well, I guess we'll have more people to attack. How did that... I guess I was out of range. Take a stim. I'm wasting my EXP. I need to pick a skill. Sword play. You have the wrong weapon. Wrong weapon! Okay, we're gonna retreat. I think I need to pick a... I think I need to activate more whiskey in the base as well.
With enough salt and pepper, you can eat just about anything. Trust me.
Is that like a stab at cannibalism? Or zombie eating like zombies or something? Like, what is that, a... Reload. While that's reloading, we will pick more. It looks like we can't raise enough hell to get into... Unless we pull this down. There. Now we can take... I mean, we can't get one in this episode, but... Another thing is, I don't even think State of Decay is going to be a trilogy. I think it will go past that, because, I mean, like, are they really going to resolve the story in State of Decay 3? Like, I don't feel like we are anywhere near to resolving the story of State of Decay. Mainly because there hasn't really been much of a story in State of Decay 2. Let's leave this guy in the gear that he has. And we'll log out with him as well. Go to our sniper tower. Having a combination of very high morale gives us 100% bonus EXP, plus we get the... where is it? Survival retrospective, 33% more EXP, so getting a decent amount of EXP. No! Okay. Looks like we fell on something to something broke our fall. I'm looking for like a good log out position. Right here looks good enough. So, yeah, that's basically what I think. Those are some of the things that I think need to be in State of Decay. They're really basic ideas. I haven't gotten into any, like, because I didn't think about the question beforehand or anything like that, but you tell me down in the comment section. I'll pin it in the comments. Like, what do you think needs to be in State of Decay 3? It's perfectly fine to have bigger ideas in it because it's a full-fledged sequel. It's not like a DLC update. But that's what we're doing back in Meagher Valley. We're going to be taking advantage of this to, you know, make a ton of money. We're going to save up some influence so that we can mess around with those Barrow Style bars. Looks like they are promising so far. The initial tests look interesting. And because you can just buy them, you don't have to wait for the mysterious trader to appear. That said, I would still say go with those BFGs if you're newer to the game. Those are tried and true. And you would still want a BFG anyways, because sometimes you need to deal with the Juggernauts personally, and the BFG deals them very efficiently. Any of the 50 cals will do, though. Like, if you could get the M99, that's still a perfectly good one. It's fairly cheap, too. I think it's only like 300 or 400 influence from a gun trader that you can call in. But, although I don't think he sells them 100% of the time. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Let me know in the comments section what you think should be in State of Decay 3. And if you think they're even making State of Decay 3, like I said, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they confirmed it, maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just a illusion or a rumor. But that is the end of that. Like this video if it's entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.